Welcome to the Arthur Moats Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arthur Moats Show. And today, we have another fun guest on. Now, this guy is a sous chef at Fish North Fowl located in Pittsburgh, PA. He attended Indiana University of Pennsylvania's Academy of Culinary Arts, completed an externship, and worked at the Ocean Reef Club in Key Largo, Florida, which is one of the top private clubs in the U.S. 2015 Mentor BKB Young Chef Competitor, 2016 Mentor BKB Grant recipient, 2016 Chef's Roll Chef Ambassador. He's been featured in Food and Beverage Magazine, Reading Eagle, Eater Miami, and the Florida Keys Free Press. Former owner of chef and owner of Brunoise that was located in Smallman Gallery. Sous chef Ryan Peters.
What's up, man?
What's up, man? Appreciate you coming
Absolutely.
on the show today,
Thanks
man.
for having me.
No doubt, man. So I gotta know, man, what made you want to be a chef?
Man, that's tough. It's kind of been for me one of those things like ever since I was a kid. It's like I don't really have that story of like, oh, my grandma was always in the kitchen with me or something.
Right.
It was just kind of from a young age. It's like I knew I wanted to be a chef. I remember in like elementary school, like drawing like pictures of a chef. Like that's what I want to be when I'm older. And I've kind of just carried that through the whole way.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
The childhood passion started early for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Now, talk to us about, man, the 2015 Mentor BKB Young Chef Competition. From my research on it, essentially it's a competition where all the young chefs in America get a chance to represent Team USA at the Bocuse d'Or that's over in Lyon, France, right? Named after famed chef Paul Bocuse.
Exactly. So the Bocuse d'Or is this international competition, right. And this Mentor Young Chef competition is kind of to gain some attention for it and kind of build this bench of young chefs that can eventually compete. So I was able to get involved with those guys and fortunate enough to compete and cook for these amazing chefs, and
That's
it was
crazy,
really
man.
incredible.
Because it's a big deal, man.
It's a big deal.
Really
and,
big deal.
It's really cool.
I like that, man. So when you're thinking about a competition like that, right, compared to when you were at the Ocean Reef and you were cooking for high profile clients, what is the difference in the two?
Well, I think that when you're cooking in like a club or something, it's very you're doing what the guest wants, but in a competition, it's kind of all what you want. You get to cook what you want, and it's all you, which is it's a different type of focus, but there's similarities, but it's still a little different.
I like that.
Yeah.
And now in 2016, you received the Mentor BKB grant, where it allowed you to stage at famed Chef Thomas Keller's The French Laundry over in Napa Valley, California.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a restaurant that's been rated top 50 best restaurants in the world.
Absolutely.
Has received the Michelin 3-star, which is the highest rate you could get for a restaurant.
That's right.
12 years?
Yep.
Like, it's an amazing, top-notch place, world-renowned. So what was that experience like, man?
Well, when I got the grant, I could really go anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
And, Thomas Keller and the French Laundry, to me as a young cook, has been somebody I've always looked up to. And I was like, okay, if I had the chance to go here, I've got to do it. It's the top of their game, And so it was really an incredible experience to be there for a month and immerse myself in the Napa Valley and just that whole culture and really just learn how, kitchens are run the right way and just it's a different intensity of a kitchen.
It is.
You're used to like a normal kitchen, which is still high stress, but when you get to that level, man, the demands and the pressures are so high. It's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. So like from a team standpoint though, like was everybody up there, man, where everybody's coming for the same goal type concept, or is it like I'm the young chef, I got to prove what I can do?
No, and that's what's cool is, I kind of went into it thinking like it's a dog-eat-dog world, like everybody's out for themselves, but it's not. Everybody has the same goal, and what's cool about a restaurant like that is that all the cooks and chefs that are there are at such a high level, and they're all in the same mindset of pushing for the same goals.
Okay.
So it's it was. I remember this one day there, I messed something up. Right, I messed up a big prep project, and the rest of the team that was with me, we were all getting ready to get out of there for the day. But I had to start over, and this was like a 3-hour project,
Man.
And so I'm down, everybody knew I was kind of upset about it. Like, oh, here I am, the new guy, I just messed this up. But it was cool. Everybody, I remember all 10 of us that were down there prepping, everybody grabbed a cutting board, kind of jumped in with me. So it's just that team mentality of, all in, all out type of thing, which was really cool.
That's tight, man.
Yeah.
I feel like when you got that type of atmosphere, myself as a consumer, we enjoy that because you're going to get an awesome product. Man.
Yep, it filtrates right out to the guests, which is great.
Indeed. So when you're cooking professionally, what are you trying to accomplish? Are you going for a great taste? Is it a great look? Are you more focused on the speed aspect of it?
For me, I think it's everything. I think, first of all, it has to look incredible, the food, right? Because that's what the guest sees first is
presentation.
It's everything. But I think really the flavor is great. But then I think a lot of chefs have kind of taken this mindset from Thomas Keller, from the French Laundry, of evoking memories to guests, which I think is really cool, for a guest to take a bite of, a burger or a soup or something and make them think back of a burger they had on the grill with their parents, growing up. That's like a really powerful thing to have.
And they're always going to be able to remember that.
Exactly.
That with
and then when they have, they have your burger, and then 10 years down the road, they'll be able to think back to that food that you made for them.
One burger I had from Brian.
Exactly. So
awesome.
It's crazy how powerful food is. So I think for me, that's really been really important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And speaking of when you're in the restaurant, so what goes through your mind? I mean, obviously, as a chef, you've already got your menu set up. You know what goes with what pairs with this.
Yeah.
And you get a customer that comes in and they're like, I want to get this, but I don't want this up here. I want to cook this way. I want you to add this and take that and that off. What do you think when you get that?
I mean, I think a lot of people, again, a lot of chefs kind of, roll their eyes and, oh, here we go again. But at the end of the day, we're in the hospitality industry, and that's our job, is to make people happy. And, sometimes everything can't be done, if they want a crazy ingredient added or something that we don't even have, it can't happen.
Right.
But if we can make it happen, that's definitely, make people happy.
Okay, so it's more about making the person happy, not you're ruining my product.
Yeah,
I got this beautiful baby.
If the integrity of the dish is compromised, then we might have to say, we recommend not. But
okay.
We'll do what we can.
All right. And now you were the chef and owner of Brunoise from, was it 2017 to 2018 over in the Smallman Gailey. Yeah. You had your wife, Caroline, on the staff with you. I know that was an awesome experience.
It was.
But just talk to me about the ownership side of it. What was that like?
Yeah, it was, it opened my eyes, definitely. So if you're not too familiar, or if the audience isn't too familiar with Smallman Gailey, it's, a food hall in the Strip District here in Pittsburgh. And they kind of rotate out chefs and restaurants every 12 months or so to kind of give you that ownership side of things. And it was crazy, man. I never realized, what all goes into owning a business. And it's crazy. I mean, because, when I was at the Ocean Reef Club before this, I was a sous chef down there, and I'm in charge of ordering, and a large budget I had at my hands. And you don't even think of, you're just clicking things, order on the computer. And then now when it's my own business and I got to order, 2 cases of paper towels this week, I'm like, hey guys, what's going on? Because it's my money. So it made me respect things a lot more and just appreciate, the big picture of what it means to own a business. So it was pretty great.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then if it was a person that, was passionate about cooking and wanted to be a chef, what advice would you give them?
Definitely. If they want to be a chef and get in this industry, know what you're getting into. It's tough. There's long hours and lots of sacrifice. You're working nights and holidays and weekends, and when everybody else is having fun, that's when you're taking care of them.
Gotcha.
But it is very rewarding too, because yes, you're working with other people are playing, but you're creating those memories for those people. Question. Which is really special, like I touched on earlier. But it's definitely a lot of work, but it's anybody can do it. It's one of those things. It's not like you have to be born with crazy abilities. It's, if you put in the work, you can do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. We'll see. I'm gonna have to start putting in the work, man.
So I do what you can.
Get a little better in the kitchen. I'm a work in progress when it comes to that type of stuff.
I'll give you some tips.
Now, saw that you're from Reading, PA, correct?
Yeah.
And I know that's on the east side of the state, closer to Philadelphia.
Oh.
So growing up, were you a football fan? And if so, don't ruin this interview. What was your favorite team?
You want me to get out the door now?
Oh, no.
I was an Eagles fan growing up.
Man.
I know. Born and raised. Philadelphia sports was, that's just what I was surrounded by. That was what I lived and breathed. Eagles were the team, but it's been cool kind of coming out to Pittsburgh and especially owning a business in Pittsburgh. You know, as a business owner in the community, you know, I was really able to, you know, I still have love for my Philadelphia teams. That's my teams, you know. But it's been cool to kind of, you know, to get connected with people like yourself and other, you know, Pittsburgh people that. I mean, the Pittsburgh sports community is
crazy.
It's crazy awesome.
They bleed black and gold, man.
I mean, it is incredible. And so it's fun. I mean, we go to, you know, all the different games and stuff out here, and it's a lot. It's a really great sports town.
Okay. Now, have you adopted a terrible towel yet?
You know, I do.
Okay, well, we're good. You saved the interview. Leave it at that.
You know, my wife's family is all from up near Erie. And they're
okay.
all Pittsburgh fans.
There we go.
So for me to get married, I kind of had to. It was a given.
All right, hey, there we go, man. Shout out to the wife there, right? All right, so man, throughout your career as a chef, I mean, you've had a ton of experiences, right? But what's the coolest thing, the thing that stands out to you the most throughout your career as a chef?
Man, there's so many, but you know, I think that one experience that really always resonates with me is, you know, when I did the Mentor Young Chef competition, that was in Chicago, and you know, I didn't win, but it was. I remember after the competition, we went to a dinner afterwards with all the other competitors and the judges, all these incredible world-renowned chefs. And I remember standing up there at the dinner, and some of the chef judges who, you know, I've looked up to for years, just coming over to me and just reminding me that, hey, it's not always about winning. It's about, you know, showing up and just giving it your all. And sometimes you take more out of losing than you do out of winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'll never forget that moment. And that's been one of the biggest moments of my career, because I think had I not lost that competition, I wouldn't have been as driven to, you know, keep pushing forward. You know, it's one of those things. I feel like if I would have won, I would have like taken a deep breath and get comfortable. Like, all right, cool. I can take a little bit of time off. And but since I lost, it kind of pushed me to kind of push harder, and keep going. So I think that's been a big moment in my life. Yeah,
I definitely agree with you on that, man. I've experienced a ton of failures, and literally, it's like if I would have had success, I don't think it would have been the same. Even my football story, being a later round draft pick, I feel like if I was an earlier pick, my mindset wouldn't have been the same. Like you said, that drive.
It makes you want it more.
Yeah, absolutely, because you got to prove it now. It's like, hey, that person was voted ahead of me, so we got to show that I can be there.
I should have been.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
Absolutely. So my last question. You're chilling. There's nothing going on. You're about to cook something. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Ooh, man. Pasta bolognese.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's my all-time favorite. It's my wife's favorite to eat. You know, I had it on my menu at Moats, Small Galley. It is just, I mean, really good fresh pasta, nice tomato meat sauce. That's like, to me, that is comfort food.
That sounds yummy.
That's my go-to.
Okay. Well, hey, man, that's it for today's show. I definitely appreciate you coming on, man, sharing your amazing story, and blessing us with some amazing food. So, if anyone wants to follow you, man, learn more information about you, where can they find you at?
For sure. Social media is probably the best place. Instagram is kind of my go-to.
All right. What's your handle, man? Let them know.
It is at Ryan Peters PGH.
All right. I like that, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you again, man.
Absolutely,
Like I said, my stomach appreciates you a lot, too. That's it for today's show, ladies and gentlemen. But until next time, peace.